on K103. At 7:08, I want to send a big good morning and welcome to all the Claymates nationwide. Apparently, the fact that we're talking to Clay Aiken this morning is on the one of the Clay websites. So,
well, hello,
thousands of new K103 listeners.
Claymation people?
No,
really loved hearing the raisin thing.
Not Claymation, Claymates. No, Claymation's something different.
Different thing.
Okay. Holiday show. Clay Aiken's 2005 holiday show comes to Rose Garden tonight. He actually opened the tour last night in Vancouver, BC, and he's on the bus. And we want to thank you for getting up early this morning. Hey, here's Clay Aiken.
Hey, how are you?
So tell us about the holiday show. We hear it's quite a huge production.
It is. It's a little bit bigger than what people who might have been to last year's show would be expecting, I guess. I did last year's tour, last year's Christmas tour, and got so fell in love with doing the Christmas show so much that throughout the first run, last year's run, I kept watching. I'd sing a song on stage and look and think, wow, we could have done this differently, or we should have done this, or all of that would have been so neat. And by the end of the show, I had a whole other show conceptualized in my head, and so we said, well, I guess we'll have to go back out again next year and do another one.
What are you doing differently this time?
Well, last year was an orchestra show, and this year we've kind of wrapped it all around a storyline. Music is the soundtrack to a Christmas story that was written by me in my pajamas one day, sitting on the couch. And
it sounds like a pageant.
I don't really know what a pageant is. Whenever I hear the word pageant, all I think about is Miss America.
Oh.
So I don't know. So it's definitely not that. But I mean, maybe it is somewhat of a a Christmas type pageant that you might. Where would you see a pageant? Help me out. Define it for me.
Well, I remember being in Christmas pageants at school. I was never one of the three wise men. I was always a donkey.
Okay. Well, I guess it could be. I guess it could be kind of a pageant. I mean, there's definitely a religious aspect to it because Christmas has a lot of religion involved with it, and that's the reason for the holiday. But it's not a nativity.
So you don't have a part for a donkey in it? I
do not. I'm sorry. So not this year. Maybe next year. We need a mule. We'll call you.
So what are some of the songs you do, Clay?
Oh well, there's songs off the Christmas album from last year's Merry Christmas with Love, and so the story kind of wrapped around what was appropriate or what would work with those songs. We added a few different ones, few songs that were recorded for last year's album, didn't make the album, or other Christmas songs that I've always loved.
We're talking to Clay Aiken, who's got the big holiday show at the Rose Garden tonight. Is it kind of weird rehearsing Christmas songs in September and getting ready for a big show like this?
I mean, it is a little strange. Last year I actually did my Christmas album and recorded it in May and June, and then did a Christmas TV special for NBC, which was recorded earlier in the year, and then rehearsed a Christmas tour in October. So we actually are starting Christmas late for me this year by starting it in October. Honestly, this production, it's my favorite show of the year. This is the second tour for me this year. It's I think it's the fifth tour in the past 2 years, and if it doesn't put you in the mood for the Christmas season, then you ain't getting there ever.
When you go walking into the show, is it a Christmassy environment? Are there colors? Is there holly around?
The stage is very decked out. We've decked our halls pretty well.
Decked your halls, have you?
Yeah.
So you still watch Idol? You still like that show?
Well, it's not on now. I don't know if you know that.
Oh yeah. When it is on, you goofball. Of course I know it's not on. I'm waiting till January.
When I get a chance, I do. I mean, we've stayed so busy in the past 2 years that I really hadn't had a chance to watch it very much.
So what's Paula really like?
She's very sweet. They're all pretty much on camera just like they are off camera.
So Simon's pretty sweet as well.
Oh, he's a nice guy. He's a pretty good fella. He feels like it's his job to be very honest with you and tell you what he thinks. And he doesn't do it in a mean way. He really does. He's a very nice guy off camera. But his personality is pretty much the same. His demeanor is the same on camera as it all.
What's in your iPod these days? What are you listening to?
Honestly, it's either Christmas music or possible songs for an upcoming album.
Sure.
We're in the process of putting another album together at the beginning of the year. We could pitch so many songs in the past 6-7 months. But my iPod's full of demos and full of Christmas music. That's pretty much all that I get a chance to listen to right now.
Okay, Portland's a great restaurant town, and if we're going out to dinner before the show, and I'm paying, by the way, what kind of food do you like?
Oh, goodness, you're paying. Well, what's
sure.
the
Sure. Knock me out.
It's tough. You can't lose with Italian for me, I guess.
There you go.
I guess if I had to pick a place off the top of my head, what's the best Italian place? You tell me in Portland.
We'll go to Paley's.
Oh, we'll hit the old spaghetti factory. What do you say?
Clay Aiken's big holiday show. K103 welcomes Clay to town. The Rose Garden is going to be a little tiny chunk of Christmas, and we're glad to have a couple minutes with you, Clay. You have a great show now.
Thank you so much.
Nice kid. Clay Aiken tonight, Rose Garden, 7:14.
What you doing tonight?